All right, well, we're so delighted to have with us from Cedartown, Georgia. Do you know where that is?
I do not.
Okay, that is in North Georgia, in the northwest part of Georgia, I believe. I hope I'm correct on that. And we've got with us the new Desire singer singing It Doesn't Matter.
Been on a long and rocky road. At times you felt cheated to have to bear this load, while others who had barely even tried would spread their wings like eagles and soar into It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter where you've been. It doesn't matter what you've done. Jesus is softly calling, but because of who He is, and because of where He's been, because of what He's done, you can start all over again. This guilty burden you have had to bear has made your life weary, though others aren't aware of the mountains of mistakes you try to hide with a smile on your face, but a broken heart inside. It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter where you've been. It doesn't matter what you've done. Jesus is softly calling, but because of who He is, and because of where He's been, because of what He's done, you can start all over again. It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter where you've been. It doesn't matter what you've done. Jesus is softly calling, but because of who He is, and because of where He's been, and because of what He's done, you can start all over again. You can start all over again. It doesn't matter who you
You can begin again.
Time is running out to reserve your spot on the 2008 Refreshing Times Cruise. Join host Joni Lamb October 9th on an all-inclusive cruise to Cozumel, Mexico. Both women and men are welcome aboard for this special getaway featuring new music, new guests, and new inspiration. Call or log on because rooms are selling out fast for the 2008 Refreshing Times Cruise, October 9th through the 13th.
You want to be on that cruise. I've been on that cruise before with Joni, and it is spectacular. Mr. Shannon is standing right there. Shannon, I know that you're not prepared for this, but how awesome was being on that cruise? Here you are, a young single guy, and you went on that cruise to Cozumel. How great was it?
It was awesome. I love the cruise. That was my first cruise experience, and I enjoyed every second of it. A little windy, but it was awesome.
How good was the food?
The food was unbelievable.
Especially this chocolate molten dessert they had. Oh my goodness.
Hey, Shannon, how many of those did you eat?
Way too many, but they do have a great weight room. So recommend if you eat their food, you better go to the weight room
Yeah.
and run. It was so good. They had 3 main courses and then buffets, each snack all day, and it was just unbelievable.
So we're talking about world-class cuisine, world-class chefs, and the food is all-inclusive. So that's why if you came to Dallas and stayed at a nice hotel and you bought your food, you would spend more money than if you went on this cruise. And Joni, you are being so gracious in that you have invited us men.
That's right.
Even though historically it's been a women's conference, you're saying, men, come on.
Yes. And, you know, it's going to be a wonderful, wonderful time, and especially for those of you that may have had some challenges. This is going to be amazing because Fred and Anna Kendall are going to be with us.
What kind of challenges?
Well, I mean, in their marriage or in their relationships or
with their kids.
In communication with their kids, et cetera, et cetera. And of course, we'll have ladies there that are divorced, that are single, that have never been married, and we'll be ministering to you as well. So it's just going to be amazing, but it's going to be a unique opportunity.
Men are welcome, and single men have already signed up for this.
That's right. That's right. So it's going to be very interesting.
Going across the Gulf of Mexico, embarking or debarking, whatever the word is, from Galveston. So all of our Houston area viewers, I know many of you are going to want to be a part of this. If you haven't signed up, call that toll-free number or go to daystar.com and click on and find out more about it. Well, we just heard the singing group New Desire. And one of the members of that group is Dr. Brenda Robinson, and she has experienced the miracle healing power of God in her life. And before we introduce her, let me just say that if there's anybody you know of that has cancer or has had a tumor or has had seizures or epilepsy or anything like that in any kind of related way, you need to call them and tell them to tune in, because they're going to receive such hope and such inspiration from Dr. Brenda Robinson's testimony. So please join Joni and me as we welcome her to Celebration. Brenda, God bless you. You know, just looking at you today, you look so healthy and vibrant, and you can see the joy of the Lord, and it doesn't look like you've ever been sick, but that's not the case. Tell us about your story.
Well, when I was 24 years old, I was married with 2 children, and we'd gone for the first time. We had a honeymoon after several years of marriage. We got to go on a honeymoon.
All right.
We've been married almost 26 years. August will be 26 years that Dan and I have been married, and we decided to go just away for the weekend.
What can we say about August of?
Well, in August the 6th, we'll be married to 26 years.
Yay, August the 27th. So see, I knew we had a lot in common.
1982,
I watch you all the
married.
time, so I love you. You're wonderful.
bless you.
And you've been a great inspiration to me in embracing my own television program.
Wonderful.
And I've watched you a lot, and I have the utmost respect
Thank
for you all, really, as not only as Daystar and Joni Lamb in Celebration, but even with your family and
Thank
working with
you,
your children and making them a part of that. But
So anyway, you finally get to go on this honeymoon.
Yeah, we finally
after
get to go on this
2 kids.
honeymoon. It's a couple of days, and we're up in Pigeon Forge, and we decide to travel on up into Gatlinburg. And the way I remember when the seizure started was we have a picture of coming down from the skyline. We're in the little bucket and we're coming down from Skytop, and it has the date on the picture. It was in like May of '85. And we're coming home, and we're going to pick up our children. My sister had kept our children. We have 2 sons. And as a matter of fact, one of them that was the one that was singing a while ago is our oldest son.
Aww.
And his wife. So we were going to pick up the children. They were just babies then. And we had gone by my sister's house to have dinner. And that's the last thing I remember was sitting down at her dinner table. And when I come to myself, I thought it was still the same day. And my sister, Deborah, she said, "No, Brenda." She said, "You've had over 100 seizures in 2 weeks."
Oh my goodness, 100 seizures plus
yes,
in 2 weeks.
In 2 weeks.
And you
she
didn't
said,
even, you lost that whole 2 weeks.
I had no idea. To this day, I had seizures for 6 years, grand mal epilepsy. And it's still emotional for me to talk about. So.